Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about iconic. You want to talk about legends and legacy.
Where?
Right here, dude. Right here. Your boy Tino's here. We got this guy.
What's up, Tino? How's it going? The iconic Tino in the house, man.
Quintanilla, man. What do you want me to tell you, dude? We're in a very special place right now.
Yes,
break
sir.
it down for everybody viewing exactly where we are and what happens here.
Well, we are in the soundstage at Q Productions. A lot of people that have come here to the museum, they get to see a certain part of, which is basically the museum. And this part right here is a soundstage where my dad used to record TV shows and do all kinds of cool stuff. And now I use it for my rehearsal.
It's crazy, dude. We're actually here before a rehearsal. You guys have a show tomorrow.
Saturday.
So okay,
Saturday.
I don't know my stuff. Should have prepped. But you guys are rehearsing tonight.
If you're hiring us, we'll play tomorrow. I mean, that's no problem.
I'll talk to Parker, my guy.
All right.
I'm half white. He's full white. He's got the money.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's guy. We got to
talk to him. Okay. Dude, there's a million things I want to get to today. First of all, I just want to say thank you for doing this because I feel you called. Dude, flights to Corpus were crazy, and so we booked a flight to fly into San Antonio. Got a car, and on the way to Corpus, AB calls me, and he's like, "Bro, I just want to tell you, I thought you were from Corpus."
Dude.
And right when you said that, I was like, oh my God, if he cancels because I'm not from Corpus.
No, not even. The thing is that, you know, your show here in Corpus, the way it's, I mean, I guess it's run like this in all, and congratulations on all your syndicated networks that you're connected to.
Thank you.
I mean, gives you connections to a lot of families, a lot of households. But the thing is here, and you're like part of the community here in Corpus in the sense that your name comes up with everybody else's names that are regulars at the here locally at Z95. And the thing is that I thought you were from Corpus. And when we talked, I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to do the Tino. I'm going to do the show with Tino, man. And I'm thinking that I'm going to go down the road, which Leopard is, I mean, right down the road is Z95 on Leopard, if it's still there. And so I said, I'll just roll down the road and do the interview with Tino, not knowing that you're from Texas originally.
Right, yeah.
That makes you cool peeps, man.
I mean, bro, I saw you guys years ago. I mean, that's what I was saying. Why I was so excited about this interview. I feel like it's so full circle. I'm from Lubbock, and you know, I mean, back in the day, like I was at Kiss 104.3, which was like the hip hop station,
Right.
but our sister station was Magic 93.7.
Yes, I remember.
And bro, I mean, you guys were out there for every show, dude, from way back in the day. I remember being at, you know, Kumbia King shows when I was like, I don't know, 14, 15.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's crazy, bro. So it's really come full circle to just be here. So thank you for not canceling.
No, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm not that kind of guy. But I actually called you because I wanted to. I was so excited when I saw how many cities you were syndicated in. Because, like I said before, I thought I'm doing something here for Corpus. I'm like, okay, Tino's from Corpus, mad love. You know what I'm saying? And then I was super excited to know and congratulate you for all the markets, because it's not an easy thing to do. And, you know, that's something that you have to work yourself up to, you know what I'm saying? Building your name and building content for radio that's appealing to different markets.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, with radio, we're at a point now, and I mean, a lot of radio stations don't like when I say it, but we're at a point now where radio stations, it's all about what happens between the music. It's not so much about the music, because the music, you know, is now accessible anywhere. Right. As soon as you have a song coming out, which he does, by the way,
Yes.
New Year's Eve, damn
New
it.
Year's Eve, December 31st, it'll be available as soon as stores open up on December 31st.
So that's the point, right? You want to hear it. You don't have to now call in and listen for the premiere.
Right.
They can go to YouTube, or they can go to Spotify or Apple Music, or do whatever. So for us, it's all about how are we going to bring people still to the radio and make it a thing now? It's about that connection, evoking some type of emotion, making a listener laugh, happy, mad, sad, whatever. We got to do that. And you had made that point too, that it's almost similar to music. When you're making these songs, you have to tug on those heartstrings. You have to make them smile, laugh, cry, whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that actually nowadays there's been studies that have shown, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but studies have shown that actually the attention span of a person is almost of a goldfish. Because it's like with me, you know, back in the day you had 30 seconds to sell a song. Now it's only 15 seconds. Yep. Either 15 seconds, you're coming right hot out of the pipeline, you know what I'm saying? Or people are going to change the radio station, and they're just going to say, nah, give it a thumbs down, and you're not going to make it. Same for your type of show. You know what I'm saying? It has to have the kind of content that just attracts listeners. And I saw the mad love that they gave you in the Valley.
That didn't make sense.
That's crazy though. That's mad cool, and I give you much props for that. And I know if you continue down the road the way you're doing things, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you coming down he coming all the way down from Phoenix to come, even though flights were hard, you guys made the effort, your whole team made the effort to make this show happen. This is the kind of ambition, you know what I'm saying, that makes the difference between being successful and not being successful. And you're living proof of that. You already have many, many markets, and you'll get many, many more if you show the ambition that you are saying, you know what, we did all this at the last minute, man.
Right.
This
happened in what, 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days we did this. And the same with the new single that we got coming out. That was done literally within the last month, you know what I'm saying, where we started planning, and it was just sometimes you have to do business that way, you know what I'm saying. It's not a planned thing, and it's better that way sometimes.
Like I said, there's so many things I want to get to, so I feel like I apologize if I'm all over the place.
No, it's good.
But
it's
we'll
all
figure
good.
it out.
Yeah.
Dude, you had posted a picture a few days ago with Chente and Selena.
Right.
And it's so crazy to think that he's gone, right? I mean, this icon, this legend.
It's really, it just seems like it was yesterday that we were at Circus. And it was my dad, Selena, and my mom, the whole family. And we're up. If you ever been to the top of Circus, they have like what they call a midway. Mm-hmm. And it's just a bunch of games, like carnival games, you know, like they used to do at Buccaneer Days here, Buckfest or whatever. Just a bunch of carnival games. And as we're up there, we're like, yo, there's something for now. He was just walking around, no bodyguards or anything, you know.
It was just him and like family?
Just him and some family.
Wow.
And Selena took the opportunity and asked for a picture. And back then, Selena was not anybody. I mean, we had no hits.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering like at what point
she was
that
not,
was. So
at
she
that
wasn't
point,
Selena
No,
yet.
she wasn't. She probably was about 17, 16. I'm not sure. Not very old. You know, she might have got that female vocalist or the female entertainer at about that time, because I believe her hair was curly in the picture. So that's how I know of, you know, where how old she was. But it was crazy that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, they took the picture together. Yeah. You know, and that he was so nice. But it is sad that he's gone. I am good friends with his son Alejandro and the family, and believe it or not, I never had the chance to meet him.
Really?
I never did.
After all these, that's
no.
crazy.
Selena took the picture with him, and then he bounced.
Oh,
she also took a picture with Leon. I don't even remember the boxer Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
At the same place.
What the
he
hell?
was up at the Circus, man. It's crazy, man.
That was the spot to be back in the day.
Circus
at the rooftop.
Not so much now, but back then it was.
No. Bro, you had like a year ago or something like that. I saw you. I don't remember if it was an interview or Instagram or something. You had said that you were going to do one more album, and that was it. You're done. Here we are with a new single coming out on New Year's Eve. Is this the final, or are we keeping things pushing?
I believe that I'm going to keep things pushing. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know, we continue. It's just been just when I think I'm going to slow down. I'm just going to concentrate on producing and writing and just chill. You know, the road pulls you back, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it pulls you back. And that's basically what's been happening. Is like next year we're booked for so many wonderful events. It's just crazy. I'm talking every time we literally step out, except for this Saturday, which is it's a small event, but mostly, you know, we're playing for crowds of 25,000 people or more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. All our shows are sold out. And I guess that we continue to do like we're doing, of course. And the single does great. I mean, why not stay in the game?
You've been doing it for so long. Do you still get nervous when it comes to like these 25,000 plus shows? Do you still get the butterflies?
I get the butterfly. I have the butterflies now. Literally before you came. I'm serious. Not that I'm in love with you or anything, but
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It happens, bro. It happens.
I know. And but what I'm saying is that I literally, this is the first interview I've done, and man, I don't know. It's been a minute, because we went into the whole Rona thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And so
crazy.
That was a crazy time. So it's been at least a couple of years since I've actually stepped behind a mic. I've done some. This is an actual interview. I've done virtual stuff, 2-3 minutes stuff, but not an actual sit down like this.
No, I appreciate that, because like I said, like when we first started talking, I think the initial idea was a Zoom. Excuse me. And I was like, no, man, if we're good, like this is our first time actually having a real like face-to-face conversation. I want to be here and really experience it. First thing that happens, y'all, when we get here, swear to God, first thing that happens, I open the door and there's Abraham, bro. His father, Abraham Quintanilla, just right there at the front door. I haven't had time to even breathe, and he's just right there, and I'm like, shit. And I don't know what to say. I swear on my life, dude, sweat started running down my back. I got so nervous. I didn't know what to say to him. I was just stumbling, and then he started sharing stories with us, and it was such a dope experience.
Yeah, he
crazy.
he normally is here, And for the people that come that do like have a pleasurable experience, there will be those days, and then there'll be days that he's going through issues like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a health issue, personal issues, or whatever. So you got to kind of give him a break if he has one of those days where he goes, "Not today." You know what I'm saying? Because he's not part of the tour. He just happens to be here.
To
sometime.
be right there.
Yeah. Well, he built the studios and built everything here, not thinking that everything was going to happen with the way historically happened with Selena.
Right.
But he kept everything the same here. So the officers are here. Everything's here, man. So,
I mean, it's so crazy to see, the room where like Dreaming of You was recorded. They're telling us that, like, that to be in that space, it really is an energy, bro. Like, I'm so glad you guys never moved anything and kept all this here. Like, there's no way that could be duplicated.
No, definitely not. I mean, it's there's so much pieces of history. I mean, I could point at a lot of things here and go, that was used for that. This was used for the movie. That was used for that. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of your dad, I mean, he's been with your mom. They've been married 58
years.
8 years.
Yes.
Bro, how do you keep a relationship that long? Like, when you gotta admire that when you see that, right? Because I feel like these days it's so hard. You see people getting divorced left and right.
My mom's gangster like that, man. You just don't know Mama Marcy, man. Y'all don't know her. She's, if anybody, my mom is, they've been married for quite a, man. She actually, we should get her a big trophy or something, man.
Bro, that's honestly a long time, bro. Yeah, so many people, especially these days, it's like people just know that the idea of divorce is there, and so many people don't want to work through problems, and it's like, let's just do it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm blessed with some great parents, and that they've stuck it out, and we still together.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to go like timeline real quick.
Okay.
So, at what point did you originally start Cumbia Kings? Like, how long was it after Selena passed that you started this?
It was approximately 2 years after Selena passed. And I wasn't going to get back in the game. It was two ladies in the mall, back in the day in our mall here, which is now La Palmera Mall. There used to be a Luby's. Okay, and I used to go eat there all the time. It was the only Luby's at that time, so I would go eat at the Luby's there. So I'm coming out of the Luby's. And these two old ladies that spoke Spanish, they asked me, are you A.B. Quintanilla? I said, yeah. And they're going, we really, love the work you did with your sister, blah, blah, blah. And we had a short conversation, but the conversation ended with, they were like, what are you doing? What are your plans? And I said, I'm just making house music, which I really was. I was making house music and anything that was far away from cumbia. I really didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to know.
128 BPM,
128,
like
130, 132,
132
BPM, 119. Yeah, all the disco medley stuff.
Okay.
I did all those remixes for that you heard in the movie and all that for radio and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, so I was doing that. So they said, don't you think it would be nice for you to continue the family dream if you're able to do it? And I said, I guess. He goes, wouldn't your sister, what would she want you to do? Is a question you have to ask yourself. They told me. So when I left the mall that day, I was like, it kind of left me like scratching my head, like thinking, we had talked about it more than once, if any of us passed, that we would simply replace that person and continue. Like if I passed, get another bass player, and keep rocking. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, with one of us, we had plans. It's something you talk about sometimes within families, what your desires or what your wishes are if you pass, And so the thing is that we never knew it would be anything would happen to us, let alone Selena. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to do anything without her? It's kind of weird, kind of strange, awkward. So I kind of just rested on it for a little bit. And then just one day I decided, I stopped and I went up to Amarillo for something, and on the way back, I stopped at the music store, and I started buying drum sets, percussions, sound system, monitors, light. I just started buying all kinds of stuff just to be able to rehearse. And then when I bought the stuff, my dad was like, "What are you doing?" I said,
"Oh, so you didn't even talk this over with him?"
No, I didn't talk it over with anybody.
I'm doing it.
And he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm gonna start a group," and Suzette's immediate reaction was just like, "You're nuts. You're crazy.
Yeah.
How are you? You were just with the top female artist, a top Latin artist, and now you're going to try to climb your way back from the bottom up again." And I said, I don't care. What else do I got to lose?
Was it really like starting over though? I feel like you guys were so big. Everybody knew you though. So it wasn't like that. It wasn't
nobody
welcoming.
knew me. I could go the thing that I loved the most about the Astrodome gigs that we had was I was able to go buy a corn dog and some candy apples. I was able to actually go and walk out in the public, and nobody knew who I was because I was just the bass. I liked my role in Selena and Dino's. I loved being the bass player, producer, the guy in the back. You know what I'm saying? Till this day, I'm still the guy on the same side, the left side. I still take the left side. And you know what I'm saying? I don't take the center stage, even though it's A.B. Quintanilla and the Cumbia All-Stars or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I take the side. But the thing is that didn't help me. That wasn't a reason why people are not going to buy your albums. They say, oh, that's Selena's brother. We're going to buy the album. I mean, if that was the case, then all the Jacksons would have all sold millions.
That's a great point.
And they didn't. Only certain Jacksons went farther than others. But the Jackson that went the furthest was obviously Janet Jackson. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that people are not going to buy Janet Jackson's album just because she's Michael Jackson's sister. You know what I'm saying? You have to fight for your own spot. And I fought hard, and thanks to the public, the first album we popped out, I think we sold like 1.6 million albums. We spun like 5 or 6 number ones off one album. And so, but it was all premeditated. I'm not going to lie to you. I had time to think about it.
Right.
And to digest it. I'll invite Sheila E. I'll invite Vico C. I'll invite New Flavor, who were hitting at the time. They'll do background vocals. I'll plan an R&B hit.
Together was such a dope song. Yeah. That was when I was like, oh, damn, they're going outside of just Spanish. Because the station I was at was, like I said, it was 104.3 Kiss FM. Uh-huh. The sister station played all the Tejano joints. So I think they were playing like Azúcar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we had jumped on together.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was like, damn. So it's been that long. Bro, I was 14, I think. But I remember playing. I saw you guys performed at a car show. It was like at the Lubbock Civic Center.
Yes.
Or something like that. It's when you had all the white outfits.
Yeah. And the crazy thing you mentioned together is that the group that originally recorded, the ones that made it a hit was a group called Tierra out of California. Mm. And funny thing is that I used to practice the bass to that when I was 12. I would practice to I had the 33 album, the vinyl album, and I used to practice to it. And it would be crazy that I'd come full circle around, record it with Cumbia Kings, and then I'd actually be able to perform with the actual group and play bass with the actual group.
Life's weird,
that
bro.
Life is very weird, and unfortunately, the brothers, I believe they both passed already, but I had the opportunity and blessings to be able to play together. They told the story. It's on the internet. You can look for it. It's the Tierra and A.B. Quintanilla, and you look for it on YouTube, and it's actually me performing with them. And he says this guy actually was rehearsing to our albums, you know what I'm saying? Now he's on stage with us.
That's amazing.
It's crazy, man.
And then so from Cumbia Kings to Cumbia All Stars,
right?
How long is that gap?
Cumbia Kings to Cumbia All Stars, it was a mess, and it's still a mess to be honest with you up to date, that I'm hoping to resolve real soon. To me, we jumped from Cumbia Kings to Cumbia All Stars, and we still had the same results. We still were number one on Billboard, still number one on Hot Latin Track. So it's basically, the way I look at it is it's like when you buy Tide soap. You have Tide soap, and that's what you like, the way it smells. And even they put new and improved, it's basically the same thing. So that's the way I look at it with my music. You can put me in whatever group, and you know what I'm saying, as long as you have the producer and the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and everything that all the producing and songwriting that all the theories that I used with Selena to get her to where she needed to be, I utilize the same music theories and all the knowledge that I learned from that to be able to climb my way up with Cumbia Kings and Cumbia All Stars.
I think it's dope to see producers now finally get credit. Like you have like the producers almost have their fan base now because they got their tags like Mustard on the Beat Ho and all these different things. Like people connect to the producers now, when back in the day they didn't. They just kind of focused on the star, but now the producers are also stars.
It is crazy. I mean, that's the way it is. And to me, I've been making cumbia, a hit cumbia, because I marked my hit in 1990, which was Baila Esta Cumbia with Selena. And then that's where I moved forward. Since 1990 to here, I was hoping that some young producer somewhere, you know what I'm saying, would pick up what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, and come up with these not crazy concepts or crazy ideas, but kind of think outside of the box, you know what I'm saying? And up to date, it still hasn't happened, you know what I'm saying?
What's the reason? What do you think?
I don't know. It's just like, it's like Selena's music. If you heard people try to imitate it and stuff, they just can't do it. It just, there's like almost a science to Selena's music. The way I look at it, when people sing it or they try to do it, it's kind of like trying to do a backflip off one of those high Olympic platforms. And then you're either going to nail it and go straight perfectly in, or you're just going to just land on your back or belly flop, man.
Yeah.
And that's usually, I see people belly flop a lot. No disrespect to anybody, but it's just like, I've seen, there was one artist, I'm not going to mention names, they actually recorded a whole album, female artist recorded a whole album of Selena songs. And I don't know what the purpose was, but that person supposedly said her purpose was to show the young generation who Selena was. And I was like, okay, well, much respect to you. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of weird though. Like
Selena,
I could just go to iTunes.
Well, the thing is that, you know what I'm saying? The way that person made it sounds like Selena was an old lady or something. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is if she was here today, I'm sure she'd be an incredible looking older woman. You know what I'm saying? Older person. But the thing is she's 23 when she was taken. You know what I'm saying? So she was very young. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen attempts at Selena's music a million times, and I've always seen belly flops, and I couldn't answer that question. I mean, why it's that way.
Did you connect more to the movie or the series?
The series.
The series, I love both, obviously. I mean,
the movie just got inducted into the Library of Congress.
How crazy
That's
is that?
crazy, and me as a producer with Selena, obviously thank you to Selena, one of my music pieces, which is Ven Conmigo with Selena, got inducted into the Library of Congress also.
And so for those that don't know what that means, I was just reading this too because Dr. Dre, The Chronic, was also just inducted.
Yes, it was.
So basically what it means is they feel that this art was so important that it's timeless and that it needs to be documented basically for forever.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, to be inducted into something like that to be a part of history is crazy. And sometimes I stand beside myself. I've played Monument Mall, which not very many people can say they've played Monument Mall. I've played Monument Mall. I've played on the same stage where they induct all the new presidents at the Hilton, where they always have the president's ball.
Yeah.
I've played on that same stage. You know what I'm saying? I've stepped on a lot of prestigious stages from here all the way down to South America, and it's been an incredible voyage. You know what I'm saying? And it's all powered by the people, man. At the end of the day, you and I, that's how we live. You know what I'm saying? We live because the people. And what you're doing is fantastic. I'm totally amused by all the things the research and the people that write you. It's crazy, man.
Bro,
but
he was telling me today, I was like geeking out. He was telling me today, he was like reading back Insta dramas. Then he was like, bro, I saw this one where this girl, she flew a guy out, they hooked up.
They hooked up, and then she's like, now he left, and now he's shot. Well, you're not supposed to do that, man. You're supposed to date a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're not just supposed to get right down to it. You know what I'm saying? But, that's their problem, not ours.
You said the series connected to, I wanted to talk about that because in a series, I thought it was so dope to really show, I feel like it was a really good in-depth look at you and the pressure that you had to create these songs. And I feel like a lot of people might not understand that because, people just hear a song and a lot of people don't think about what goes into it. But you're in here having to produce, having to write, and then you start getting hits, and then you got to, top the hit and get the next one. I mean, to really get that look, was it pretty spot on?
Well, it was spot on, and I want to clarify because I've had a lot of people, not a lot, but some disgruntled people say, I didn't like the series. You wrote it and made it look like it was all about yourself. And I was like, I didn't even have anything to do with the series at all.
Yeah.
That was done on research. You know what I'm saying? It was done on research. What you saw, Dad was under the bus. He was under the trailers. He was changing the tires. He came to me, said, congratulations, you have one hit. Can you do it again? I was like, damn, another one? And I'm like, I thought it was going to be easy. Once we had one hit, that's it, And then he said, you have to do it again. And then he compares it to how many hits does Michael Jackson have off one album? I'm like, eight. I'm like, 8? He goes, don't you think your sister deserves that? And then the whole thing of the family doesn't eat if we don't have gigs. And literally, we don't eat if we don't have hits and we don't have gigs. And you saw me at the awards. Yes, that really did happen. Begging for songs.
Wow.
I did actually beg that songwriter for songs. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. He's no longer here. But everything that happened, the dumpster diving, I actually done that too, looking for peach cans. You know what I'm saying? And now as we see all this stuff over here, that's stuff we upgraded to. Now it's vintage stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it was state of the art lighting and stuff. So just like the peach cans.
Yeah, that's so crazy to think about, bro. I mean, what was your favorite memory going back like to the Astrodome show? To the final one, like, do you have a specific moment, and maybe not even on stage, maybe something behind the scenes?
No, I have the perfect story for you, man. So the person that was in charge, I was obviously the band director, the leader of the band, and I was calling the shots, the songs, et cetera, shooting them out, keeping the vibe going. You know what I'm saying? And so I was supposed to let the pyrotechnic guy know when I was on my last song. I was already going to cut it. He had to know exactly maybe 30 seconds before I was going to cut it. Well, this cat was macking to a chick that was in the pit, and he wasn't paying attention. So I was like stomping my foot, trying to get his attention, not to try to, attract attention with something like, and he doesn't see me, and the stage is rotating. So as it's rotating, I'm watching him go this way. I'm like, I'm still trying to let him know, hey, I'm about to go out. So I'm messing with him, and I get distracted, and I mess up Como La Flor. It's on. If you look for it on the internet, you're hearing me go again, and Selena kind of just gives me this look. You never wanted the look from Selena. That look was.
You knew you messed up.
I know I messed up, but I had a legit excuse.
Right.
So anyway, when we came back around, finally the guy, I'm like, dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm editing it already. I'm cutting it. So once I cut it, then he let off all the pyro and stuff, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Astrodome.
But I feel like most people wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? Everyone else is just like enjoying the show.
Yeah.
But in your head, this is happening. You're like, oh my God, things are messing up.
People don't even know. We flew in one of our shows. We flew in from El Salvador, and we were busted up. So Selena goes, why don't we go ahead and all of us just get dressed? I'll put my makeup on, and we'll just get dressed now, and we'll sleep a couple of more hours. So we all had our clothes on, and we were under the blankets, and we were sleeping. And my dad came in and goes, what's the matter with you guys? You guys are not ready. You have a sold out show in there. Again, you broke another record, and you guys are sleeping? And we're like, we got our clothes on already. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I said, yeah, we're ready dressed. We're ready to go, man.
That's funny.
But to think, most people would be nervous and like we've got a sold out show to perform for. A lot of people don't know, and I'm sharing this for the first time. We only rehearsed the disco medley for 1 hour in this building, in the studio. That studio you went to, the one in the front, that one. We rehearsed right there. Selena was in the hallway. I remember it like yesterday. She was in the hallway, and we set up the monitors and set up the whole band in there, and we rehearsed only for 1 hour. So when they asked me, AB, what song were we starting with? I said, you guys are great, man. I said, you sounded great at home, at the studio. I said, let's start with the disco medley.
Wow.
And I can't believe, you don't think about it.
We were listening to that on the way into there, and it just sounds flawless.
Yeah, it's flawless. But the thing is that you're talking, a total of 5 or 6 disco medleys in different keys.
Yeah.
They're all in different keys. They're not in the same key. So the thing is that all of those songs have to be connected together. So whose job was it to connect all the songs together? It was my idea to do the disco medley. And Selena was obviously down with it because she grew up with that era as a kid. So she said, "Yeah, I'm down with doing it." You know what I'm saying? Donna Summer sounds great. Everything sounds great. Let's do it. And so we rehearsed for 1 hour, and then we actually went to go perform it.
That is so nuts, bro.
It is nuts, man. That was crazy.
I remember there was talk for a while about a hologram tour. Is that something that's still? Was there any truth to that?
I'm not sure on that. That's questions that only Suzette and my dad know. As far as I'm concerned, the thing is that I'm so engulfed in my career and what I'm doing with the band and keeping the band flowing and figuring out what we're gonna do next, where we're gonna perform, et cetera, et cetera. I'm actively, touring all the time. Is that they kind of are in charge of that, and they'll give me a call and give me a heads up, hey, this is going to happen, or blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. But most of the time, they are the ones that make the decisions on anything that has to do with Selena. So they would have to be the one. I've heard of it, but it's a process and a half. People think that okay, you can get Selena and you can make her a hologram. It's not that easy. The Tupac hologram, the only thing that's Tupac is just his head. That's it. They took his head and they put it on a body double.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? So that's how they got you would have to, in order to get a hologram, you have to record an artist from a 360 image, and there's no 360 images of Selena. So maybe there's going to be a new technology. There's always new stuff coming out, virtual stuff. So you never know.
I got a fire body, bro. I just stand there.
I saw your picture with the hat, by the way. Anyway, I don't know.
Talk about
what'd your mom say about that, bro? Come on.
I don't know. That's the one. She texts me every day now. But that's the one thing she did not text me about.
I barely could take the Wancho one, dog. The one that one. When I saw it, I was like, What is he doing? Tino did it too, man. He's got it as his profile pics.
I knew immediately that every guy that followed me was gonna be like, bro, what are you doing?
I was like, brah.
Yeah, they just follow me. I'm already messing it up.
Yeah, brah. I said he's got as you got as your profile pic too.
I know. I'll change it after this.
No, it's all good. Leave it there, man. You know that's what it's about.
How long we got? Oh, we're good. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure. I don't want nothing to cut off. I wanted. We're able to still talk to Ricky Rick, right?
Yeah.
I want to get him in here too.
We'll get him
so we could talk about the record.
Sure.
I'm really curious about your perspective on this. What do you feel is the biggest misconception when it comes to you?
The biggest.
We make our own language here,
yeah,
baby.
that's right. Biggest. The biggest misconception about me. I guess I'm the type of guy that if you approach me in a nice way, I'm the nicest guy back to you. But if you approach me in a wrong way, I'm going to let you know you approached me in a wrong way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've had people, throw things in my food while I'm eating. Like my kid wants an autograph, sign this, and I have a piece of paper and pen on my food.
Oh, wow.
And if you expect me to just sit there and go, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? You're invading my personal space, especially if I'm meeting with my family.
Yeah.
That's more of an invasion of privacy. So I guess there was a saying on the internet, I think it's like treat others as you would like to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And that's true to a certain extent, but I think we should be more kind to each other and more considerate. For example, I'm a huge Pharrell. Pharrell, for me, is one of my top producers, Timbaland.
100%.
100%. I'm in Miami. Guess who's coming out of the movies? And I see his little wing tattoos on the back of his neck.
Yeah.
It's Pharrell. Now, do I stop him and say hello and what a big fan I am and ruin his Sunday coming out of the movies and attract attention to him? Or I just let him be? So I just let him be.
That's crazy.
I didn't take the opportunity. Steve Aoki, huge fan. I used, by the way, we have a new Selena album coming out this year, also this 2022.
Oh, really?
Yes, that I remixed myself.
Oh, Jesus.
And so I actually used Steve Aoki's sound packs.
Oh, dope.
For her album. It's a crazy concept album. I mean, it's
what songs are you remixing?
The vinyls. I mixed all her vinyls.
Oh, damn.
I remixed all her vinyls and just with this album, with an EDM world with arpeggiators and with keyboards, I made her flow to cumbia, normal songs that were not normally recorded in cumbia. And we were also able to detune her voice to make her sound older than what so if she was 14 or 15, we were actually able to make her sound like she just stepped out of the booth, 23 years old.
That is nuts.
So we were able to, by detuning her voice a little bit, it actually made her sound deeper, like she sounded before she passed. So the album's a crazy album, man. When you hear it, don't trip out really, really bad, because it's one of those A/B trips I'm going to take you on. You know what I'm saying? To where you'll get it, but you'll go, wow, we don't know what this is, because I'm such an EDM fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're in Los Angeles. With the point that I'm getting to, we're in Los Angeles. I'm in the limo with Suzette, and there's a white horse in the middle of the street, a plastic horse with a guy with long hair sitting on it. And I'm like, Suzette, what? I'm like, Suzette, that's Steve Aoki. Suzette, stop the limo. I have to tell him that I used his sound pack on Selena's album. It's important. And she's like, he's in the middle of a photo shoot. How would you like for somebody to be interrupting your photo shoot? I'm like, Suzette, he would want to hear this from me. I said, he's got to hear it. And she's like, no, we're not stopping.
Oh,
I was
damn.
like, oh. But there'll be another time. I'll meet Steve one of these days.
Oh, that'll be so crazy.
I got to tell him. He's got to know that he's on the Selena album, man.
That's huge. Is there a date already, like in mind? Do you have all that figured out?
That's not mine. That's Suzette and Dad's department. They came to me. Dad brought me this stuff, and he says, "Can you do something with this?" I said, obviously, anything for Selena's, man.
Yeah, anything for Selena's, bro.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk the new music, man. Let's talk what we got going down, because December 31st. This is the first release you've gotten. How long, bro?
I would say it's been at least I'd say 9 years, man.
What's so crazy is that like that's how you know you have timeless music, because it doesn't feel that long. Like for everybody else, it's like we hear the songs and we still relate to it. It's like you can still hear a Selena song and it still feels new. Like it just hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so it doesn't feel like you've been away that long.
Right.
So talk to me about the song, bro.
The song. The song itself, if you want, Ricky Rick's already here, so let's get him in. So
I heard the song right now. They showed me, and it's just so next level, bro.
Thanks, bro.
It's so next level. And what I was saying, it sounds like you had told me this, and I feel like you hit the nail on the head. It sounds like now, but it's still got classic AB. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, I'll let Rick tell you the whole story about the song. So this is Ricky Rick. He's lead vocalist for the group, and he's now stepped into producer and songwriting and is in his own rights, and he's really come up with some brilliant concepts and ideas. Rick is half Panamanian, half Mexican. So he calls himself the Panama Mexican. But I'll let him introduce himself and talk to you about a little bit about the story about this song, because it's crazy. He'll tell you the story.
All right.
Hey, what's up, man?
Chilling, brother.
Yeah. Okay. I started to wrote this song in the quarantine, actually.
Okay.
And he says it in the song.
Yeah, there's a line over there. It says, "Yo me volví loco en la cuarentena y me inventé este flow pa toda la nena." He says, but I started to wrote that song over there because I was literally getting crazy in the quarantine. So I remember I was sending the tracks to AB. I was sending tracks to him, and he was telling me, "Hey, it sounds cool. Keep working on it." And but once I came for the first gig after the quarantine passed and all that, I showed it to AB in the big speakers, and he felt the punch over there, and he told me, you know what, we should work in the song, and we started to work on it, and AB put all the arrangements, he put all the sauce, all the seasoning on it, and now it's like it's a masterpiece.
How long have you been producing?
Oh, I bought all my equipment like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started produce. I learned with some tutorials on YouTube, and start to keep going, and now I consider that I get a good sound right now. So yeah, and AB, if AB says that, he's that's a good example. Yeah.
Did you feel nervous, or do you feel nervous showing him music? Because I mean, you're fairly new at producing versus like how long he's been doing it, right? So do you get nervous sending him stuff, or are you confident enough to be like, no, this is dope?
No, I'm confident because first of all, he's a friend of me. He's a friend of mine. We're brothers, and if I do something wrong, he'd tell me straight up. You know what? This is wrong. This is good, and actually, I want to send him songs because if there's something wrong, I learn. So yeah, but all the things that I've been sending to him, he was telling me, you know what, that's cool. And if I need to change something, he let me know real quick.
So AB, originally you weren't gonna put out a song this year, right?
No, I wasn't gonna put out a song, and thanks to Rick, he wouldn't have. Because I just look for the signs, you know what I'm saying? And thanks to Rick, he played it in the bus on the big speakers. Yeah. And when I heard it, I said, Rick, damn it, this sounds amazing, man. Everything just snapped with me. It started, I could hear it finished. You know what I'm saying?
Because the first time you just listened on the iPhone.
I listened on the iPhone. So the question is, when you're going to review music, don't listen on the iPhone or make first judgment. I knew it was good. I knew it was great. I always tell him when he sends it, I say, hey, está chingón. It's great. Yeah. It's great. Even though it might need this fix or doesn't have a B part or whatever.
Potential.
Because he honestly, at this point right now, he's probably sitting on 3 singles right now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's sitting on fire. And for me, I'm not the kind of guy that says, okay, it has to be I have to come up with idea. With me, to help Rick, not I don't want to say help, but to guide him. You know what I'm saying? And to, as ambitious as he is, as hungry as he is, because anything he does, I mean, on my team is everybody. It gets done in 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Everything gets, like if I need a change, I tell Rick, I need this to change. It's not doing this. And he goes, I'll work on it. Catch me in about 45 minutes and, I'll send you a revision on it. Yeah. And we keep revising. Like this song, it went through a lot of changes and more with Rick in the sense that, it was his concept as the baby, he brought the baby, he shared every step along the way. I thought it was important for him to share it so that way he could see how and why, you know what I'm saying?
Which just helps better his craft.
Yeah, that helps him as better his craft, which he has been doing. He's been understanding. Because I quiz him, I go, "What's wrong with this?" Or I even take a picture, a photo shoot or something. I'd say, "What's wrong with the photo shoot?" You know what I'm saying? And then he'll try to guess it. And if he can't figure it out, then I tell him, "This is wrong with the photo shoot," or "This is wrong." Oh, okay, I get it. So you'll have people that that are ambitious and they'll climb. Like Rick's very fortunate to be able to actually. It's a Rick's. It like when we songwrite, like if I'll write, let's say with a Vicente Fernandez or somebody big like that, out of respect, Vicente goes first, even if I came up with a song, and I'll go second. That's how this. So with Rick, I'll never sit here and say this new song is something I mastermind. All I did was give his song the next level production to make it be able to compete. As we look at it, we're not competing within the small market itself. We're going for top 5, or at least getting to number 1 on Billboard, which who's already sitting there, J Balvin and Bad Bunny. There's a lot of big artists. So for us, the good thing we found out is through research is that cumbia will be the only artist releasing cumbia this month. You know what I'm saying?
So
on the level. So we have a really good shot with this song.
Well, it's been so long, so I think people are hungry for you guys. You know what I mean? They miss you.
Yeah.
So to give them something new that feels good, it's got energy, plus people are out now, they're in clubs again and partying. Like it's perfect timing for you guys.
It's perfect. And I mean, this song, I believe, this song is just, it's the one where you just put the baby powder on the hand just for a quick slap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To go, yo, this is a slap. You know what I'm saying? But this is not. To me, it's got hit potential written on it from my experiences, but we have other stuff that's bigger than that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We always have stuff that's cooking. And thanks to Rick, he's been bringing stuff. I'm going, yo, I love that. We'll work on that, and we'll fix it up. So it feels good to actually have help. So it's not like I have to exert myself a lot to actually come up with certain things. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm blessed to have Rick as my brother and love his family, have a long, outstanding relationship with his family, and to be able to share that with him, you know what I'm saying, when he signs his big publishing deal,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and he's able to make his dreams come true. And that's what this band is basically about. Anybody in this band, they have their own dreams. You know,
it's a platform.
This is a platform, exactly.
I love that, man. Well, listen, I know you guys got to rehearse. We've talked for more than half an hour. Is there anything specific that you want to touch on, that you want to throw out there, either one of you, that we definitely need to put out there before we wrap it up?
No, I mean, I want to thank you, Tino, for and all your all the radio stations that support you, and not only you, but have also spun. Whether it be Selena album, a Cumbia King album, Cumbia All-Star album, you know what I'm saying? We really appreciate all the love, you know what I'm saying? And with this new single, we're counting on you, Tino, to help us get this single out there, you know what I'm saying? So afterwards, we'll talk and we'll figure out how we can get this single to you, so that way on, New Year's Eve, you're spinning this bad boy, man.
I want to, bro. I want to help. Rick, what about you? Anything you want to get to before we get out of here?
Inviting all the people to listen to the single December 31st. So,
and the reason we're keeping... The reason we're keeping hush-hush about it is that if it was just us on the record, then we would be, if it was just me and Rick, we'd be tweeting like some birds, telling you everything right now.
I was going to say, we haven't said the name of the single once yet.
We haven't said the name of the single because everything is just top secret. You hearing it, you're one of the first persons out of anybody in the world to hear it.
Crazy.
Besides me, myself, Rick, some of the guys haven't even heard it yet. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So they will, though. But the thing is,
I'm in the band now, guys. That's why this whole thing was, I'm in the band now, bro.
It was your hat shot, bro, that done it, man.
I know, he was like, that's it, sex appeal.
The sex appeal, bro. But anyway, no, the thing is that we, out of respect for the record label we're working with and the other artists who are in their own rights, they're from Mexico, and they're right now, I mean, their last videos got like 373 million views.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're like, for where they're coming out of. I mean, we're just blessed to have them as friends and to come on this track, and blessed that Ricky Rick, came up with this concept, and I had fun. I had a lot of fun doing this single. And I haven't had fun in a minute, you know what I'm saying? Coming with and when I feel it's a fun song, and I'm having fun doing it.
Oh, it's contagious.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
contagious.
gonna feel it.
I saw your foot tapping.
Oh,
if your foot was, if your foot was,
I also have restless leg syndrome, though, so
I
ain't
was
nothing going on.
picturing
I'm
you
still
with a
just fucking
hat.
tapping.
As long as you're not tapping with a hat on, bro, and the hat accidentally falls, you're in a lot of trouble, bro. Anyway,
bro, I just want to I want to end it just by saying I feel like nobody gives the roses while you can still smell them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody waits till someone's gone to say thank you.
Dude, isn't that weird? And that's a problem that I see in our market, you know, that they give tributes and they do things for people after they're gone.
Yeah, you can't appreciate it.
I'm hoping that we can change that, man. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm not in agreement with a lot of the award show, the way they run things or the way they treat the artists. There's a lot of behind the scene things that the public doesn't know about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that they get fixed real soon. P. Diddy's already stressed how he wants change. We all want change to respect. Like I felt the Grammys when they were giving tribute to Eddie Van Halen and to Selena, they just said, "Here's your trophy, go by."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like play some Eddie Van Halen, show what an amazing guitar player he was.
They just wanted to say they did it.
Yeah, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I think things like that. I would have loved to have seen an Eddie Van Halen tribute show or something, at least 30 seconds, a minute, something. They just said, "Here, this is earlier." I hate that earlier stuff, man.
Yeah.
Because I've been on one of those earlier. A.B. Quintanilla one.
Yeah, quick picture.
We're not going to show him because he's not a rating on TV, but you know what I'm saying? But, you know, people, this new single that we're running on the cover, you know, normally when you have bigger artists, they put some artists bigger and then some artists smaller. I requested that all artists be the same.
Oh, dope.
I said, we're all the same, man. We're all on this same amount of talent. It doesn't matter if we've done more or they've done more. It's just we're trying to accomplish something here, man.
Well, I just want to tell you, bro, on behalf of myself and my team, and I mean, even just, I'm just my first time meeting the band, but even the band and everybody involved, bro, thank you to you and your family for the timeless art that you've given us, bro. This is things that is generational, and it'll continue to be passed along for years and years, bro. So just man to man, thank you for what you've done, bro.
Thank you, Tino, and I want to thank you for coming out with all your staff, with everybody coming all the way from Phoenix. I appreciate you making the trek, and I know you'll have a safe trip back home. And hopefully I'll see you in Phoenix next time I'm there, man. I didn't get to this time, but I will the next time.
We're going to make it happen. Bro, I'm a member of the band, bro. I'm telling you.
I know I got to scoop. I'll scoop you up, man. I'm going to scoop you up with your hat.
He likes the hat a little too much, bro.
No,
I don't know what I'm getting you for Christmas,
I'm just
AB.
saying, no, because I was like, when the Wanchi Papo, dog, you viste el de, ¿cómo se llama? De este Maluma, donde se tomó la foto con el sombrero. Él hizo el mismo toma.
Okay.
No, eso te impacta. That kind of like shakes you up as a guy. You know, you're like, whoa, wait a second, man. That had to have been weird or something. You better have some chones under there or something, dog.
I did it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did it first when I was doing it, but you could see them.
My God.
I really did take everything off, bro.
Oh my God.
I think my neighbors might have saw.
You're not wearing that hat tomorrow, are you, man?
No.
I'm just kidding, man.
Listen, dude. A.B. Quintanilla, Ricky Rick, man. Thank you guys so much. Cumbia All Stars, Tino Cochino Radio.
Yeah, check it out.